throughout the night. It's not one day's episode. Meanwhile, what happened? Some people fell dead also when they were restricted. So the entire Vraja settlement knew that something majestic is there. It's not an ordinary affair. So they were afraid of. Those women who were prevented, they fell dead. So they were afraid to prevent. Now what is happening? So there was suspense, there was newness, there was doubt, apprehension, so many things were there. Now the one question is, how did he play with so many women, married women also? Actually it was meant for the Kumaris, but the others also were fascinated and they ran away. I would like to describe it in this manner. Listening to the flute play of Krishna, if so many people left everything and went, what does it mean? After all, in the human life, what constitutes the final or ultimate fulfillment? We are told, spiritual seekers are told, we are all bound by three latent tendencies or desires. They are called vasanas. Latent tendencies, powerful tendencies lying coiled up in the mind. One is called putrayishana, vittayishana and lokayishana. The desire for children, the desire for wealth and the desire for fame and recognition. Now these three desires will have to be completely left in order to realize the truth of Brahman, it is mentioned. So a seeker of truth, when he realizes this and the aspiration for realizing the truth grows in him very strongly, what happens? One day he leaves everything and goes. But he goes either to the Guru or to realize the goal of life. Now when somebody leaves, do you say anything wrong about it? No. Here there is a collective march towards Krishna, and Krishna represents the Supreme Brahman. So what is the difference between a seeker leaving his home and earth in search of the Supreme Truth and these women leaving the same way to go to the precincts of Krishna? There is no difference at all. Nasuyan khalu Krishnaya mohidastasya mayaya manyamana swaparshvasthan swan dharan vrajaukasaha. Generally this Rasalila becomes a subject of controversy and severe criticism in the hands of the people. Now I would like to say, those of you who follow the text properly will have to overcome this feeling. Go by what Vedavyasa and Sreemad Bhagavatam themselves narrate. It is very clear here. The parties involved are, on the one hand Krishna, a member of the Vraja settlement, and on the other hand some of the women and the Kumaris. All of them are belonging to the same community. And the sport was going on for a number of days. How could this event continue to take place unless it had approval and also acceptance in the hands of the whole community? For this acceptance, what was primarily responsible? That is what Vedavyasa says here. Nasuyan khalu Krishnaya mohitastasya mayaya manyamanaha swaparshvasthan swan dharan vrajaukasaha. Whoever apparently have gone to Krishna, none of them was missed in the house. So the masters of the house, they found their respective wives to be rightly present there. This is why yogamayam upashtidaha. The word has brought absolute, very great consequence. Krishna had to display yogamaya in order that this kind of an eventful sport could take place. So the complaint was not there at all. This is one thing that you should understand. Brahmaratra upavrutte vasudevanumoditaha anichandyo yayurgopyaha swagrihan bhagavat priyaha. Every day what happened? When that Brahma Muhurta arrived, Brahmaratra arrived, Vasudeva, that is Krishna, he complimented all of them and said, now you go back your homes, don't stay here. They were not willing to go, but nevertheless they had to listen to, and they willingly listened to Krishna's words, and all of them went back. Anichandyo yayur gopyaha. All the gopis went back, though it was very difficult for them to resist their temptation to continue to be there. Swagrihan bhagavat priyaha. Went back. Now this is only a portion of Rasalila which I have explained. But I have to say something more, very important, where you understand the personality of Krishna and how he is fulfilling the wishes of the devotees. What was the reason for Rasa Leela? Only to fulfill the wishes of the people there, primarily the Kumaris. Along with them, the other older women also ran, that's all. So he cannot find fault with all of them. Now, how he was doing it, is this what I wanted to say. Why? Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham. You know, God cannot distinguish between people in the matter of devotion and devotees. Even if a dacoit happens to pray to him, his prayer will have to be heeded by God. There is no partiality possible. So these people had a kind of a passionate or a romantic touch. Now Krishna had to handle it. And in handling it, what happened? He did not himself become passionate. He had clearly mentioned that when karma or passion is directed to me, that karma will always elevate the man and raise him to a superhuman level. This is what he was mentioning. Now this episode is over. When his uncle Kamsa sent him an invitation for witnessing the Dhanur Yaga there, he left the Vraja settlement, Vrindavana. And after he left the Vraja settlement, Krishna has never gone back there at all. I would like you to ponder over it. This Rasa Leela was done, I agree. All this happened. But Krishna simply went away, and thereafter he has not returned to Mathura at all. If at all he happened to meet this Yadava women, it was only in Syamanta Panchaka, decades later. Until then there was nothing. He sent, of course, a message through Uddhava. This message is very, very important. How he is fulfilling the wishes of the devotees. Abhishtadoham. Listen to this message. Yatha durachare preshte mana vishyavartade strinam chana tatha chedaha sannikrishte akshigochare. See, they were all very much loyal to Krishna. They were wedded to Krishna. In spite of it, when Kamsa sent him the invitation, he honored the invitation and went to Mathura. What is happening here? These women as well as the Kumaris, all of them were left almost uncared for, you can say. So he sends a message through Uddhava, and that message reads like this: Yatha durachare preshte mana avishya vartade strinam cha na tatha chedaha sannikrishte akshigochare. You know, I am very much beloved to you. You are also equally beloved to me. But there is something typical of the female nature. Whenever the beloved or the dear person is close to them, they will not be very much devoted to them. They want the beloved or the dear one to be at a distance. Yatha durachare preshte. When the beloved is at a distance, mana avishya vartade. The mind becomes boilingly devoted to that person. In the same manner, strinam chana tatha chetaha sannikrishte akshigochare. When the beloved person is close at hand, nearby, visibly and proximate to them, the mind will not be riveted to that person, attracted to him. That is why I keep myself away. Now, what is my message for you? I accept, honor, and choose to fulfill whatever feelings you have for me. But listen to me. Maya veshya manah krishnam vimukta shesha vritti yad anusmarantyo mam nityam ajiran ma upaishyatha. What you have to do is Maya veshya manah krishnam. Your mind should be completely fixed and focused on me. Let it be through inspiration, through emotion, through devotion, through fondness, completely absorbed in me. Vimukta shesha vritti yad. There should be no distraction, no disturbance, no dislodgement, nothing. Your mind should be totally given to me. Anusmarantyo mam nityam. And remember me constantly, incessantly, unbrokenly, without any let or hindrance. Then ajiran ma upahishyatha. Then before long you will attain to me. This is the message. You think of it. Is there any kind of romantic indulgence where one of the partners speaks to the other partner in this manner? That is the difference in Krishna's relationship. Ya maya kridata ratriyam vanesmin vrajasthidaha alabdharasaha kalyanyo ma abuhu madvirya chintaya. Krishna himself says, there is no hiding any fact. When I was playing with you in the Yamuna forest, in the Vrindavan, for so many nights, Ya maya kridata ratriyam vanesmin vrajasthitaha, during the Rasalila days, alabdharasaha kalyanyo, there were a few amongst you in the Vraja settlement who were not permitted to come to me. And then what happened? Ma abuhu madvirya chintaya, using their mind, they strongly, powerfully, fervently thought about me, thought about my adventures, sportful exercises, sportful affairs, and also excellences. And thinking with a lot of intensity, all these things, they attain to my nature. The same is going to happen to you. I agree that I am your beloved. I also acknowledge your love and loving devotion. Now this is what I expect you to do. All of them absorbed the message. And they started living in their own houses in what a beautiful manner Vedavyasa describes it. You know, the Vraja women are considered to be an example and a model for all kinds of devotees. Everybody prays in our land to become the Vraja women. They are the most chosen, most blessed, highly favored of Krishna's devotees. In one verse, he describes, Ya dohane vahanane mathanopalepa prenkhenkhanarbha ruditokshana marjanadau gayandi chainam anurakta dhiyoshru kanthyo dhanya vrajastriya urukrama chittayana. It's a beautiful verse. This is a verse which has gained a great importance so far as this narration is concerned. Wherever the life of Gopikas is mentioned, you will find this particular verse is highlighted. Ya dohane vahanane mathanopalepa prenkhenkhanarbha ruditokshana marjanadau gayanti chainam anurakta dhiyoshru kantyo dhanya vrajastriya urukrama chittayana. This is verse number 15 in the 44th chapter of 10th Skandha. You know, everyone is a householder other than the few sannyasins and brahmacharis of the ashram. And every day we have the household chores. In every household, the mistress of the house is primarily responsible for looking after everything and keeping it clean. So a number of items they will have to attend to. Nothing can stop. So here Shukamuni narrates and Vedavyasa has written Ya dohane avahanane mathanopalepa prenkhenkhanarbha ruditokshana marjanadau. A variety of activities which they were performing. Dohane, while milking. Avahanane mathanopalepa, churning, hulling, and cleaning the floors, sweeping and wiping. Prenkhenkhanarbha ruditokshana marjanadau, placing or putting the child on the cradle and swinging it. Then appeasing the crying children by suitable songs and other things. Sprinkling water, sweeping and wiping the floor. Gayanti chainam anurakta dhiyoshru kantyo. All these they were physically doing, mechanically doing, using their hands, feet, etc. While doing all these things, Gayanti chainam, they were singing aloud to their own heart's content. Anurakta dhiyoshru kantyo. Sometimes their voice getting choked. They were having a feeling of touch with Krishna. Ashru kantyo, and the tears were flowing from their eyes. Dhanya vrajastriya urukrama chittayana. The great Lord Krishna, with an exemplary way of life, exemplary conduct, he was constantly meditated upon by them. In their mind, he and his excellences alone were amply and abundantly present. Such great women, they are very dhanyaha, fortunate and highly blessed. Yadohane vahanane mathanopalepa prenkhenkanarbharudidokshana marjanadau gayanti jaina manurakta dhiyo shrukandhyo dhanya vrajastriya urukrama chittayana. Why I recited this particular verse? Only to tell you very clearly that in order to pursue the path of devotion, it is not necessary that you are exclusively chanting the name of Lord, constantly performing puja, etc. Your devotion will become successful, powerful and wholesome when you are able to couple it, conjunct it with all your activities. And here, these Vraja women stand excellently before us. They were not very educated. You cannot say they were very literate. In spite of the illiteracy or otherwise they had, just see how beautifully they led their life. They conducted their life. And ever since the time the Katyayani Vata was performed and Sri Krishna took away the dress, whatever promise and endearment they looked for, everything was done. And after leaving the Vraja settlement suddenly, when Kamsa called him for witnessing the Dhanur Yaga, Krishna had no time at all to come back to this place. So he was guiding them from a distance. So the fact that he is an Abhishta Doha is always very, very clear here. Though he was distant, he sent Uddhava with a special message. And the message was so much timely for them. They started listening to and adhering to that message. As a result of which, they became the most fortunate women of our land. Even now they are remembered like that. I would like also to cite, because this is an enlightening discussion, I would like educated people like you to understand what exactly is this personality of Krishna and how he was guiding his relationship with many people, in this particular case with the Vraja women. This is a beautiful dialogue that transpired between the Gopikas and Krishna during that Rasa Leela. Bhajato anubhajandyeka eka edad viparyayam no bhayamscha bhajandyeka etanno bruhi sadhubho. Just see, can you ever imagine a conversation like this? The ladies were asking him, Bhajato anubhajandyeka eka edad viparyayam. There are different types of people. The subject of discussion is love, fondness. They say that there are people who love those having no love for them. Bhajato anubhajandyeka eka etad viparyam. There are some people who love, say, one loves the other because the other also loves him, so it becomes somewhat mutual. I love you because you are loving me. There are some people, eka viparyayam. There are some people who love the others when others do not have love for you. This is another category. No bhayamscha bhajantyeka. There are some people who love neither the loving nor the non-loving. Etanno bruhi sadhubho. Who amongst the three are the best or the noble and the desirable? They wanted to know this. So three sets of people were presented by them, and they wanted Krishna's comment and evaluation as to who or which category is the best or the most noble. Now Krishna has his own beautiful comment to offer. Listen to what he says. Mitho bhajandiye sakhyaha swarthaikantodyamahite na tatra sauhridam dharma swarthartham tadhinanyatha. Mitho bhajandiye sakhyaha swarthaikantodyamahite. Those people that love mutually, they are selfish. I love you, you also love me. So I get the benefit because you are loving me. You are loving me because you get the benefit. In this mutuality where give and take are there, what is it? It is all purely selfish. There is na tatra sauhridam dharma. There is nothing called real or unadulterated friendship there. There is no principle like dharma or ethics also. It is purely swarthartham tadhinanyatha. Understand that it is an expression and a display of utter selfishness, he says. Bhajandya bhajato yevai karunaha pitaro yatha dharmo nirapavadotra sauhridam cha sumadhyamaha. Bhajandya bhajato yevai. Think of those people who have love for the others, while the others do not have love for them. What is the nature of that love? Karunaha pitaro yatha. You know, a born child, a newly born child, that child is extremely loved, cared, nursed by the parents. At that time, the little child will have no sense at all. The child will never know that these are parents, I am born to them, they look after me, etc. No such feeling will be there. The mind is not developed, intelligence is not developed. But how tenderly the parents are looking after the child with a lot of karunya, mercy, compassion, love, fondness, care, concern. But the child does not love the parents. So this can be done only by the merciful people like parents. Dharmo nirapavadotra sauhridam cha sumadhyamaha. Oh, beautiful women, understand that in this process you will find dharma is there, friendship is there, without any kind of a blemish. So in the love or vatsalya, affection that parents and merciful people like sages have towards the others, their disciples and the others, you will find there is no blemish at all. Bhajatopi navaikejid bhajandya bhajada kudaha atma rama hyapta kama agritajna gurudruhaha. There are some people who do not even love those people who love them. That also they are not very sensitive about. Then how can they love those that do not love them? Bhajatopi navaikejid bhajanti abhajada kudaha atma rama hyapta kama akritajna gurudruhaha. So according to me, Krishna says that all these people can be together categorized into three. One is Atma Rama. Those people who are constantly delighting and rejoicing in their own self. They don't have anything to get from this world. They don't have anything to give also into this world. So they are fulfilled in themselves internally in their own self. Aptakamaha. Aptakamaha are those people where the object of their life, the object of their life and mission, it is completely fulfilled. They have nothing more to fill the cup of joy in them. Everything is full. Akritajna gurudruhaha. A third category of people who never feel a sense of gratitude and indebtedness to anybody. They don't regard the parents. They don't have any regard for the teachers. Gurudruhaha. They are even prepared to harm the others. Such insensitive people, people who have no gratitude and indebtedness also are there. Now, so far as you are concerned, I am concerned, this is what I have to say. Naham tu sakhyo bhajato bijandun bhajamyamisham anuvritti vrittaye yatha adhano labdhadhane vinashte tachindayanyan nibhruto naveda. This is a shloka which is a little difficult for people to understand. Naham tu sakhyo bhajato bijantun bhajamyamisham anuvritti vrittaye. I do not fall in any of these categories. All the categories you have mentioned, I have mentioned, I don't fall into them. I do not just love those that love me. All of you are devoted to me. Because you are devoted to me, I am not going to compliment and acknowledge your devotion in an overflowing manner, exceptional manner, saying this, saying that. No. I am not going to show you extra love also for you. But what is the reason? But I intend that I want to make your fondness grow stronger, deeper and more wholesome.